You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You know, it really feels like marketing these days is less about just ads and more like trying to read the tea leaves of technology.
Definitely. Almost like predicting the future sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And today, that's kind of what we're doing. We're looking at how fast tech, and especially AI, is just fundamentally changing things. Not just tweaking marketing, but reshaping roles, strategy, even how brands get our trust. We've got some, honestly, surprising stuff about what marketers are worried about and even some pretty wild new job titles popping up. It's a totally different landscape.
And what's so fascinating, I think, is this constant tension, right? On one hand, you've got AI making things incredibly efficient, doing more, faster.
Yeah, efficiency gains are huge.
But on the other hand, there's this pull towards, well, real human connection. Authenticity. That seems more important than ever.
So it's efficiency versus connection.
Sort of. We're going to explore how that's creating new kinds of marketing jobs, and also why just being visible online isn't always what it seems, especially when you look across different platforms. It's complicated.
Okay, let's get into how AI is driving these shifts, and maybe start with something that sounds, well, almost made up. The vibe marketer.
It does sound a bit sci-fi, doesn't it?
It really does. But it's a real thing, apparently becoming a top new role. And the idea isn't just that one person can suddenly do the work of a whole team.
Landing pages, ad copy, automation, all that stuff.
Exactly. Building pages, writing copy, setting up workflows, running tests. But the real shift, thanks to generative AI and smart automation, is that these marketers can intuitively grasp a brand's, well, vibe.
Its emotional core.
Yeah, and then surgically connect that vibe to what's happening culturally. It's like this mix of engineering, design thinking, and sharp analysis. It's way beyond just pushing out messages.
So it's about actively engineering that emotional connection, but super fast and precisely because of the AI tools.
Right. It's quite a leap.
It really is. Moving away from needing lots of specialists to maybe more of a generalist approach, but amplified by AI, which does raise a question, doesn't it?
Like, what happens to team diversity?
Yeah.
Or does it just free people up?
Exactly. If one AI-powered person can do more, do we lose different perspectives? Or does it mean human effort shifts to newer, maybe higher value things, like crafting that vibe?
And what's really telling is what marketers aren't worried about, according to recent benchmarks. Job losses.
Dead last. Only about 37% are concerned about displacement.
Wow. So what are they worried about?
Much more about data quality, security, dealing with fragmented tech stacks, the practical stuff of making AI work well.
Okay, that's a fascinating insight. So is it that marketers are starting to see themselves almost as technologists now? Or just that AI is useless without good, clean data?
Probably a bit of both. And that focus, that internal shift, ties into another big issue: how AI platforms actually see your brand. Because, get this, if you compare brand recommendations from, say, Google's AI overviews, their AI mode, and ChatGPT, they disagree 62% of the time.
62%, that's huge.
It is. Only 17% of searches showed the same brands across all three AIs. Google's AI overviews tends to mention brands more often, but ChatGPT, nearly half the time, it mentions no brands at all.
So you could be killing it on one AI platform.
And completely invisible on another. Exactly. Your digital visibility is fractured.
Which brings us back to that tension you mentioned. If AI recommendations are all over the place, how do brands build real, solid trust, that authentic connection?
Right. How do you build loyalty in such a fragmented space? And this is where a story like Yuka's becomes so powerful.
Yes, the food scanner app.
The free product scanner, gives independent health ratings. It's blown up over 56 million users worldwide. And the kicker, 0 spent on paid ads.
0. How?
Purely authentic user sharing, word of mouth. There was even a viral TikTok moment, apparently. Just shows the power of genuine transparency, doesn't it?
It really does. And the trust, especially with Gen Z, is incredible. I read they're funded only by user fees for premium features, right? No brand influence allowed on scores.
Exactly. And that transparency builds intense loyalty. Something like 85% of their US users actually change what they buy based on Yuka ratings.
85%. And globally, 94% stop buying products if they get a poor score.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Brands are literally changing their product formulas to try and get better Yuka scores. That's impact you just can't buy with advertising.
It reminds me, thinking about our listeners here on The Vocal Technologist, sometimes the oldest strategies, like building real trust, are still the most powerful ones.
Absolutely. Yuka's success really highlights that true community engagement where you offer genuine value instead of just selling hard. It doesn't just build trust.
It builds authority too.
Yeah, and it can even organically boost how you show up in searches, all without paying for ads. It's about earning your place in the conversation.
So thinking about this for you listening, whether you're a marketer trying to figure all this out, or maybe just someone curious about what shapes your own choices. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? We've got AI creating new roles like the vibe marketer, but also making brand visibility really inconsistent across platforms. And then you see the massive power of pure earned trust, like with Yuka.
I think the key thing to pull from all this is, yes, AI gives us amazing tools for efficiency, for finding new ways to position brands. But the basics, earning trust, really knowing your customer, those are still absolutely critical.
Negotiable almost.
Pretty much, whether you're dealing with inconsistent AI recommendations or building that community connection, the human element, that ability to be analytical but also aspirational, to figure out what really connects with people, that's where the magic still happens.
So the big question then.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder. In a world where AI takes over more of the doing, what are the skills that will truly define the impactful marketers of tomorrow? What does that human magic actually look like in practice?
Spoken Tech for your ears.